we are gonna see another reading strategy that's really helpful. The name is context clues. What is that? Guessing the meaning from the context. That is the thing that you have to do in this strategy. The ability to infer the meaning of an unknown word by looking at the vocabulary around its context is an important reading skill. This is something that is really common for you when you are reading. When we are reading, we sometimes we find out a specific word or term that we don't know the meaning. So context clues or guessing the meaning from the context help you a lot to infer or to figure it out what is the meaning of that unknown word. The term adolescent parents, however, has frequently been an euphemism for teenage mothers as a result of their adolescent health. As you can see over here, we have the word euphemism. It's a really strange word that we don't know the meaning of that word, of course. So what is something that we have to do? First, find out the unknown word. Okay, it's euphemism. Then we have to guess the meaning from the context. Before the word euphemism, we have adolescent parents, and we have it inside of quotation marks. So what it means, what is euphemism? Then we have to figure it out. What is it? And there are some specific skills that we need to put into practice to get the meaning. So euphemism, if I am I'm saying that the term adolescent parents has frequently been a euphemism. So what is this? So the idea that the word euphemism is giving me is the following. Euphemism is a word or phrase used to avoid saying an unpleasant or offensive word. That is euphemism. So it matches with what we have before the word. The term, it's frequently a euphemism, so it is euphemism then is a word used instead of saying an unoffensive word. So this is basically what we do when we are applying meaning from the context. We have some types of context clues, and we have 4 types: synonyms, examples and definition, antonym and contrast, and general knowledge. There are 4 types of context clues that we can apply depending on the term that we are looking for. First, we have synonyms and definitions. A synonym is a word that means the same or very similar with another word. That is a synonym. And definitions state or describe, obviously, the meaning of a specific word. What we have to do, basically, you have to follow these steps. First, select the unknown word. Okay, you read the passage, you select the unknown word, then you have to figure it out. What is that specific word? It is a verb, it is a noun, it is an adjective. What is it? Then we have to read around the paragraph in order to find out a synonym. Or maybe you can find a definition inside of the same paragraph. And then you have to tell me it is positive or is negative, the connotation of the word. For example, here, days after he made a flippant remark in class, he regretted sounding so disrespectful. So over here we have a word flippant. We don't know what this word means, but if we continue reading, we find down disrespectful. Oh, disrespectful. So this word, it's more, it's easier to find out the meaning of flippant. So this is negative, so it means that flippant is related to disrespectful. It's a synonym. Flippant means disrespectful. Then we have definitions. Definitions sometimes are found in a paragraph, and you have to find some signal words. For example, means, call, also known as, similar to, can be defined as, or commas or dashes. Those indicate that you are finding the definition. And you can see here an example. The Milky Way is littered with dark, obscuring clouds of dust. Commonly referred to as, this is a signal word that is introducing a definition. So coal sacks is referred to coal sacks. So coal sacks, it's describing this dark obscuring clouds of dust. So basically, this thing that we have here is the definition of cold sex. Then we have examples. Also, we have to look for specific words that introduce examples, signal words, for example, for instance, such as an example, as. So it's really simple to look for examples if we take a look to the signal words that introduce them. For example, the light-hide malware is an example of computer virus. So computer virus is a light-hide malware. And how you can find this? Because we have a signal word here that is introducing an example. Another example here is networks allows users to share high-tech gaskets, such as another signal word that is introducing an example, iPads, tablets, etc. So high-tech gaskets is iPads, tablets, and etc. Another type of context clue is antonyms and contrast. Antonyms are words that mean the opposite. Synonyms are similar words, but antonym is completely the opposite. It's a totally different meaning from the real word. The same thing, you have to select the word, you have to identify if it's a noun, verb, adjective, or what is it, then check for a synonym in a sentence. And then you have to choose if it's a positive or negative. For example, the glass might absorb so much acoustic energy that it will shatter. The other glasses remain unaffected. So we have two words here, shatter, and then we have unaffected. So unaffected is not affected. So let's read again. The glass might absorb so much acoustic energy that it will shatter. So if this shatter, what it means? But here it's telling that it's not affected. So here it's affected. So it's the opposite. Shatter means broke down. So this is a synonym example. Then we have contrast. With contrast also we have signal words. However, but, yet, in contrast, etc. Those are signal words that are introducing contrast. For example, it kept me dry and warm, even though I was soaked. Oh, so I'm telling here the dry and warm. Dry and warm. But then we have a signal word, even though. So in soak means totally opposite to dry and warm. It's totally opposite. Over here is wet. And then we have the last context clue is general knowledge. It's necessary to rely on your own experience and background knowledge. Sometimes when we are reading a specific paragraph, we rely on our background knowledge. So we have knowledge, some specific topics. So when we read something, we said, oh, I know this. I have read this before. So this is general knowledge. Over here is an example. Physicians usually allow football players to resume play once symptoms abate. Perhaps within days. For the sailors, the wind continued to abate and you could feel their frustration. So what is the meaning of abate? If I'm reading this, I have a background knowledge about this. And because of what it's saying here, it means that abate, it's to feel worried about. I have an example here, and I have another example here. So abate means frustration and to feel worried about something. So this are basically the 4 context clues that we have, and you can apply it in every single paragraph when you don't know about a specific word.